Let's go, you Tubi. Oh, Jesus. Don't tell me that. Woo. Oh, my God. He left it running, boy. Happy St. Patrick's Day, man. We going to get this thing going. We waiting on the radio show to start, man. Thank y'all for all tuning in over here, man. Appreciate everybody tapping in over here on YouTube. Leave your comments, likes, and shares. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. It's our pleasure bringing you the show. And the one and only. Kick it on Green Day. Go ahead and log on to the Talk to the Tick.
Have y'all seen this video? Have you seen it?
No, bitch, I ain't seen it and don't want to see it. Okay, let's go to live. We're going live. Let's flip this thing around. Hold on. Flip the camera though, folks. Flip the camera. Oh, why? Righty. What's happening? What's up? Can a nigga get in that woods? Get it going over here at the Voice of Radio station. Yo, share the live. We on YouTube. What's up, King Gloves? My boy Bias got back from Japan. He's in Detroit, just landed last week. So my Japan, the guy that watched me from Japan all the time, he came in for, he worked for Ford. He be designing cars and stuff. So yeah, he one of the artist folks that made it. And he up in Detroit, man. We definitely should go. He a Cleveland G, to be honest with you, man. I know you're gonna tap in. What's going on, homegirl? I appreciate you, my favorite skeptic in the world, man. Appreciate you. I'm about to do my thing on the Voice of Radio, on the YouTube show, but the Voice of Radio radio station, we be filming that. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate y'all. Like and share that thing. We got about, my man EP, I say, about 5 minutes before we start the official show. But thank y'all for definitely tapping in, for sure. Appreciate that so much. Oh, shit. What's up, Johnny? Appreciate you. And my son up in here. Shout out to my son, man. Appreciate you, man. What the weather like up there in the D? Don't forget to like and share this thing, man. Appreciate y'all so much. Let me see if I can make sure my man get on. Okay, where is John Tez at? Let's see where you at. Oh, that's me. Maybe he on the Michigan Tez. That's crazy. Yeah. Appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all. Please share the a little live going on. You know we new over here doing this on TikTok too. Check us out on Facebook, man. Voice of Radio at Earl Porter Facebook. That's where we do the most damage at. And Voice of Radio show over on Facebook. We do good over there. Got a YouTube starting out too, so appreciate everybody. All right.
5, 4, 3, 2, and.
Well, welcome to the Sohigho Cannabis Show here at the Voice of Radio. My name is John Will. I'd like to kick off the Tuesday morning power block with the Cannabis Show here in Great Cleveland, Ohio. And as usual, I like to say Thank you, and always appreciate my main man EP on the board, Voice of Radio president here over the thing. Always appreciate him giving us that shout out, giving us this platform. And like we like to say over here at the Voice of Radio.com station, if you didn't hear it here, it's probably not happening in Cleveland. Lot going on today. Happy St. Patrick's Day, man. My man EP in the house, man. It's Green Day for a bunch of us. You see, I wear green. I'm not Irish, but I do smoke green. So it is a kind of a day for us too. We don't really drink a lot of green beer, but we've been smoking a lot of green weed for a lot of years. So happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody out there. Stay safe out there. Right here in Northeast Ohio, it is windy cold. Last week, it was almost 60 degrees. I hope to God that you guys did not put no plants outdoors. We will get into that in our segment. Here on the Sohigho Cannabis Show, we like to talk about information, cultivation, and the legalization of the plant here in Ohio, and we have a lot of news for you today. Here's what we like to start off with the legalization. How are we going to keep you guys safe with the new SB 56 bill? EP always want to know, what is this going to do to me as a local user? You cannot go to Michigan and come back with weed in the bag right now, folks. It is officially on the book as of the 16th. That was yesterday. So you cannot travel with weed in your car. Good thing, folks, you're going to lose your weed, and it's only a $150 misdemeanor ticket statewide. So if somebody felt like doing something, that's the most you're going to get. Now, that's saying that you don't got like 13 pounds and they're going to try to get you for trafficking with a whole bunch of paraphernalia, and they can make that case. But it is also absolutely counterproductive to this marketplace. While, yes, they are trying to drive us all back to the dispensary because in their mind, it's a regulated process, and it is I guess having it regulated, knowing what you're getting. But as we know, 9 companies got sued in this state by the Attorney General himself because they are putting products out there that are not good enough for us to be consuming. So we have to watch that out, though. You know, even when you have to be a wise consumer, because just because these people pass their law don't mean that they won't do something nefarious. Ooh, shit! I ain't even have my headphones on. You know, when we get to talking about being legal and being smart with this, the smart consumer already, the number one rule back in the day, we talked about this all the time. You have to be cautious. It's going to be, that to me, if we follow like Canada and other places around, it's going to be distracted driver. It's going to come way up. So if you in Ohio and you consuming cannabis and you in a car, they're going to start probably cracking down on the distracted driver. In my opinion, it's no telling here in Ohio because we got a lot of things that's going on with that. But that is the way that you're going to stay safe and not get yourself in any trouble here in Ohio. Is not, you have to have your weed either in the trunk or behind the furthest seat from the driver. So if you got a flip down seat in your car, put your weed back in there and go. The saving grace in Senate Bill 56 for all of us cannabis consumers over 21 here in Ohio is the fact that you can still grow as much as you want. But make sure that weed it won't never hit the dispensary shelf. So right now, if you in the weed culture for this coming season, we need to put a real emphasis on outdoor growing right now. That is the safest legal way for you to have any plausible deniability and stay within the confines of the law is exercise your right as a constitutionally protected America. These people have these things on the book, and you can absolutely, I don't see how they're going to stop you from transporting your own product. Say you grew your weed, and the state legislature is going to realize with all of this fake weed is horrible. Fake food is terrible. And then they're going to force you into buying fake stuff. It won't be done. They'll allow you to grow your own within your tolerance. Here's what we have to do. We have to be a better grower. We are living in a climate that we are blessed that we have a great growing season. During that growing season, you can produce enough plants over the summer that it should carry you through to the next year. 6 plants outdoor, if you get started right, I'm gonna say the average person should be averaging about a pound a plant. Whether it's good or not, that depends on you. We'll get to that in the cultivation. We're gonna stay a little bit over in the legalization. Now, everybody who's in the business and trying to do legal things and doing the right things, how can you, as a young entrepreneur, seize the new market change? That means it is still recreational grow licenses that are available for the state. And what we do know is they are going to cap the dispensaries. So I think they're going to cap the dispensaries in Ohio at about 100. So if you are looking to pursue those things, you need to go ahead and get your licenses in, get your business plan registered, and you need to get to it. Uh, the law for recreational dispensary grow is changing. It's not a lot of laws. It's going to be pertaining to the old laws. So that's a way as an entrepreneur, if you want to be in on the legal side, and it's other things. It's not like as a legal entrepreneur, you can source good products and make your own products. So if you go to different places to manufacture under the guidelines of the United States or the state of Ohio, you can really produce a project. I'd like to think about Time Berry, Lenny B's gummies, and he did those product licensing, and you just could get a product on the shelf. So it is possible for the entrepreneur to still stay in this market, while this is like really taking a crack at the traditional market really hard. So I don't think that's going to go anywhere, because that's where all the innovation and everything is coming from, is the people who really know how to grow weed. That's where it's always going to be at. I don't think it's ever going to really change from that, in my opinion, because it's just a source of great product, and they've been doing it the longest. All the cultivars come from the illegal or traditional market, so just keep those things in mind. And don't forget, because of the law also, marijuana in Michigan is starting to creep up. And I have noticed that prices between Michigan and Ohio are starting to slide to the upside. And it's still not crazy compared to Cali, New York, and places. EP can only smoke weed around here because we are back at $50 an eighth, $65 a quarter for some of the premium stuff, and that's in Michigan. That has a lot. But if you want the best in this market, you have to pay for the best. Don't forget, it's like levels to this game. You can meet the marketplace where you want to be financially, but it's usually going to be suffering at a quality. High tier weed still costs $4,000 plus a pound. I don't really care who you are or what you are. That's what it is. A good super pack that's checking all of the boxes, still gonna be around $3,200 a pound for the good stuff. If you want to get down into the economics, in my opinion, price point should be in the 2000s, 2000s, and you guaranteed and this is the more traditional market. Now the 16s and the 17s is where you really need to be a good shopper, or you need to be buying in bulk. This is just my opinion. This is just some advice. This is not real science. This is just some things that we know about the traditional market, where I think if you wanted to land over there, you can still be effective in this game. But prices are slightly creeping up, while the quality in the dispensaries is going down. Except for a couple of dispensaries that we're going to be getting to. That you have to pick a dispensary that the people kind of use their product, if you ask me, man. You need to go to a place that, when you go in there, my number one question is, which one of these products have you tried? And most of the time, your bud tender is going to say none of them. That's not really a ringing endorsement of their product. If they don't smoke it, why the hell should you smoke it? Is a good ass thing. But yeah. Senate Bill 56 is on. Look up the complete details. But still remember, you still capped at 2.5 ounces per adult. And remember, just don't have it in the front seat of your car. So what they really trying to do is stop you from smoking and driving. If y'all don't understand, that's what they're trying to do. That is the whole goal of telling you to put that weed in the back seat. Is they don't want you to have access to it while you're driving. So you just kind of remember that's the aim of this law. But remember, it is still only a misdemeanor ticket. But that's not to say they're not going to toss your whole car. So you got pills or anything else, your insurance and your license ain't right, don't do that. Here's a little OG tip. If you are going to be carrying something, when you go to the license plate, make sure your passenger, or if you would, check your lights, check your blinkers, make sure your left and the right working. If you got the ability, push on your gas pedal, make sure that both your lights coming on. And it's just real simple. Here in Ohio, a lot of people don't know how most people go to jail. EP always asks me, JT, how do I not go to jail? I be like, EP, that's a good ass question. People in Ohio get pulled over for the traffic law. People do not understand it. It's not really a drug enforcement agency that pull your ass over. They just pull cars over. If you fit a profile, you're going to get your ass on the side of the road when they're looking for you, and it's not hard. Miss Mickey always asks me, EP, JT, I'm about to get a new car. What's the new car that I'm going to get that won't get pulled over the most? I was like, well, I don't know what that one is, but I know the car that get pulled over the most for weed. That is the Subaru. So it's really the white granola hippies that's out there. I ain't going to say all white. But the Subaru is the most pulled over car for drugs in America right now. It is a list. So if you're thinking about doing something transporting, do a little science about what you're doing and be smart about what you're doing and go through, check your car, check your lights. Here in Ohio, they took the front license plate thing off of us now, so that's not. But if you in a state that you're doing all of those things, that is just the most simplest, dumbest game that I could give you. It's just old school. Just don't break the traffic law. It's that easy, big bro. Don't break the traffic law. I swear to God, cruise control is not to save gas money. It's to save your ass when you high. Because guess what happens when you high? You don't drive too fast. You drive too slow. And that's when they pull you over. And that's when they're going to give you the test. And if you do get pulled over, what's the magic question, EP? It's the same question. You get pulled over and the cops come to your window and they ask you, you been drinking or you been drinking any alcohol or you been smoking weed? What is it? Everybody should answer.
No.
Point blank, period. If you do not say no, here in the state of Ohio, I will absolutely let you know they have to give you a field sobriety test. Is no middle ground. The cop ain't being an asshole. You answered the question wrong. Either you be like saying something smart like what you asked me that for, but that's gonna get you a follow-up question. If you say no, and I know some of us shouldn't lie, but people lie to God all day long, and the state of Ohio don't need no more weed money, or you need to lose your weed for $150, and then you're gonna say, well, I smoked yesterday. You still getting out the car. Oh, I took a little drink this morning. You getting out the car. The answer for both, and I'm against drinking and driving. I'm against distracted driving. Like literally, folks, distracted driving could get my little baby is on the road right now. Like y'all gotta be careful. I don't want nobody to be injured because of this. And if you're not a pro, you gotta know your tolerance and you know what you do as an adult. To me, if you're over 21. You kind of know what you're doing already. You know the risk. So don't be jeopardizing nobody's life or liberty or freedom because you want to enjoy something too. That's taking it too far. Getting in an accident is like crazy. You cannot be distracted. And I don't really think it's getting high, being distracted. It's more of a problem that some of us got that we roll up while we driving down the road. Let's just call it what it is. That's why they don't want you to have that weed in the front of the car. Because people, you sitting in a car with somebody who can't roll up no weed and it's time to smoke weed in the car, you going to roll that weed up, man. It's crazy, man. It's like really gonna happen though. But that is a little bit of the law. SB 56 is in effect. It is still okay because you can grow your weed, and we're gonna talk about that a little bit in cultivation right now. Oh, in cultivation right now, it is absolutely too cold. We went into a deep freeze. Last week was 67 degrees. You cannot put those plants outside until the temperature gets consistently above 48 degrees. And we really need to measure the soil temperature. The soil temperature at least need to be about 71 to 77 degrees before you plant. So all of this frost and the ground being cold, if you put your weed plants out there, not only like right now, everybody always say, is it the temperature that's gonna kill it? They be like, EP, what's gonna kill my plant? Why they didn't make it? A lot of times, this time of year and into the spring, it's gonna be the rain and the hail. Our weather has changed so weird that we are consistently getting a hailstorm almost every spring. It's been like that the last two seasons outdoor. If you out too early and you don't look at the weather or you have no protection over it, the hail plants will actually break your plant. That is not the frost that's going to kill it. It's going to be the actual hail coming down, hitting your plants and breaking your plants. That is the number one threat that you're going to have out there is the plants being broke. So you got to be careful about when you put your plants outside. Remember, we want to all sell, we all want to grow together at after 420. I got some plants and we got some more coming. Only one person asked me for those plants last year. If you want some plants, you can hit me at SOHIGHO216 at gmail.com. I think I got two of them left. I ain't going to tell you, I think I only got one of them because I think Miss Mickey is going to ask for the other one. But I don't even want to get you these things until we are above 48 degrees before we start going outdoor. What is the difference between outdoor growing and indoor growing? Outdoor growing, you are at the mercy of the light that comes out the sun, critters outdoors. But guess what? It's free 99. You don't need a light. You don't need a tent. You don't even need that. You need a little bit of soil preparation. Probably be some of the things to protect your plant. Like if it's too cold, you need to cover it up. If it get too big, you're going to need maybe gates. But if you got those problems, call me up. We'll be happy to help you harvest those things. And you got to remember, you cannot grow weed in your front yard. If you're growing in your house outdoors, it cannot be seen from the street. That is the way the law reads. Just remember those things and take those things in accordance. It cannot be seen. That's pretty much it. So it's 6 plants for every adult. So you and your better half can have, or you and your house partner can have 12 plants in that backyard. Remember that the sun is going to shift. So if you don't remember where your sun ended up at the fall, you got to be having it in a general place because that happened to a lot of people. You'll plant in the spring and you'll be full of sun all day long, and then toward the fall, the sun will be shifting over behind your house and you won't have a lot of light out there. How can you defeat that, you ask? You can put your plants in pots. Some plants I do recommend that you do put in pots because you might have to take them in, especially if you get a late start, because you might have to take them back inside. But there is no light like sunlight. Now, if you really want to be serious about it this year, you get a light depriving, light depth grow tent. They're small, they're automatic, and they will make your cycles more precise with the light. Because as we get into the when we get into the summer solstice, we only want like a 12 and 12 to keep the 12 and 12 to keep it in bud, and that's where we go. So that's what we'll need, the light depriving tent. It grew some of the best weed last year in California in the high times of San Francisco. some greenhouse light outdoor rated number 3. And I really believe that's because they controlled their light cycle. It wasn't like just so like outdoors. So it probably the sun came up, they opened up the curtains, let the light in. Right at 12 hours, it went right back to black, all the way blacked out. Let the roots rest, and it probably did very, very good. And the next day, when the sun came out, you just had it wide back open. Even with those tents in Ohio, if you did that with the rain and things like that, if you was in a little plastic greenhouse, that might be very, very good. You can do this very easy with just like the little hoops. If you got like your old tent and just made you a little hoop with plastic that could be over your garden just in case something that's going on in the fall. I would say with your seedlings starting off this season, prepare for that because it was horrible. I lost. What happened around here too is when we get the storms, your lights go out. And the storms last year in the spring, we lost our lights. I think I was out for a week. And it wasn't that I was missing the lights. What had happened was it got hot outside and it got too hot out. I left. The temperature went through the roof, and I pretty much cooked all of my plants because I couldn't get back to them, and I didn't have enough. I realized that after I was gone, I was like, damn, ain't no fans going on. Then I realized, the AC. What had happened with us? They gave us like brownout power. It was just enough to keep the lights on a little bit, like your house lights, but not enough amperage to drive my lights, my grow lights. So I was in a little bit of pinch. What I didn't realize is it was not enough amperage to turn the AC on. That cooked the set of plants. So it is some problems losing electricity in the summer during the summer season. That it might be another reason that you should go outdoors with a light deprivation tent. And you can make this. It'll take a little bit of time. It'll be nice to have it on a time and set to automatic. But if you really was diligent about that and you're around your house for 3 or 4 months, you can actually like cover it up at night and just like a lot of people, like when you get ready to go to bed, part of your night routine, if you did those things, if you like me and like to check on your plant like they my pets, it's not that hard of a thing to do to like cover your plants back up at night and make sure they go to complete darkness. Because whether you know it or not, the moonlight is also giving off a lot of light. Here in the city, outdoors, you got residual lights all of the time from the city. The plant is kind of knowing that. So complete darkness is got a lot of people a lot of yield. That's why we cure our plants in complete darkness. There's a couple reasons why you like to say absolutely no light, so the plant just knows it is in a different mode. Now don't get it wrong. Plants are resilient. They're going to learn how to grow. It seems like the harder you make it for a plant to grow, the better they grow. So that is the number one thing. Besides that, I'm going to tell you right now, we have to start with good genetics. So right now, my man 420 Scene has got a whole new seed bank up there, man. Shout out to 420 Scene. Like I always tell you, that's my number one guru. If I'm stuck, that's who's going to get it. He grows with Gaia Green, natural products, and he moved over to organics. But if you really want to look at, not organics, but hydro. If you really want to look at hydro, my man, the blind bug cultivator, is down in Texas, and he is right now, if you check out his series, he is curing in jars for the first time in a long time. He forgot how shitty it was, but it is work curing in jars compared to like a burp bag. What's the difference between that? Curing in a jar, you have to open it 4 or 5 times a day when you first putting it in there. The first 7 to 10 days, it's like taking care of a newborn baby. It's ridiculous. It do take a lot, and if you harvest a lot, it's gonna take a lot of work, but it's well worth it. Don't cheat that. Now the burp bag, which I don't believe produces the same kind of curing as as a mason jar or something where you are completely blocking off the air and letting the chlorophyll. The burp bag is like a bag that kind of breathe that kind of regulate. It says it's regulating the moisture content, and also it's regulating the humidity inside a burp bag. Burp bag, jar, anything to be safe. You need to put a Bovita 62% pack in there. 62% pack because that's the one that they provide. I also find that the raw packs is very, very good also. The raw packs seem to be lasting longer than the Bovita packs, but that's just my opinion. Add a Bovita pack into that dry bag, and you should do good. Either way, if you do it in either the jar or the burp bags. That's gonna be the way to get that. When you are picking this year, pick the best genetics. Why do we say pick the best genetics and the best seeds to start? Because it's the lowest entry point where you should put the quality amount of money at. You have to start good. If you aim for the moon and you just hit the top of the trees, you still got growth and you probably gonna have a good product. So that's why we saying that. If you are new to growing and you scared of things, you need to get feminized seeds. If you are a little experienced and or you're a little bit knowledgeable, you could probably start with automatic flowers. Auto flower seeds. That means they are gonna start budding and you don't have to. You might think you're gonna pay a little bit more for it, but in the end, you have less worry and less steps to do. If you get regular seeds, if somebody just give you seeds, or you had seeds from, say you grew last year and you got lucky, you got some stressed out seeds and you popped them. You must sex your seeds if you do not know the origins of them. You would hate to be starting to grow up and have a male in your tent for females. How you know if it's male? It's thousands of things on the internet. But you always have to look that it's going to be two little sticks that stick out like that. And that's the first little thing. And then unlike it's like balls. Those little things are turned into two little balls and they'll be pollen sacs. So these little pollen sacs is different than a little leaf that's going the other way. Sort of a little bit round and it's puffy. And if you squeeze it and it's puff, that is exactly the pollen that's going to contaminate your whole garden. You must be very careful on sexing your seeds. Why would you go through that process? Because a lot of industry people, and I cannot prove it different, that is the strongest genetics. If you just use regular made seeds and not do anything to help it become a female, and if you're an experienced grower, you'll know what I'm talking about. If not, just stay with the auto seeds and known feminized seeds from good genetics company. Go to with some people, especially if it's your first time. Even with buying clones. If you're buying clones and they don't have an end product, like at least try to check out and see what it is that you're growing. Say, okay, I like that. You got anything I could smoke? Can you show me the bud? Can you show me your growth from last year? Can you show me the mother plant? Things like that. If not, just start from seeds. I'm encouraging everybody to just go to your local almost head shop, smoke shop, order them online, order good genetics. My people out at Humboldt County, if you're growing outdoors, might have some of the best genetics that usually go. They've been doing it for a long time, very good. But Ethos, Doug Plug, a lot of other people have great products, and you can get to it. You can get a great genetics. Start with good genetics from good reputable companies, and look at that. And if you got what was that one out of Michigan? The banana. I forgot which one it was, but it's a Michigan strain that is super very popular. And try to go find clones of that. If you could get clones of that, even when you're buying clones, people could be telling you a story. I would rather you go from the seed maker because they have a a bigger stake in being exactly what they said is in the container. So if they don't want you, they want you to pop all of the seeds. They want like all of their seeds to pop. That's why you should buy more. People think it's like crazy. Why buy a 5 pack? Why buy a 10 pack? Because sometimes it's a plant. All of those seeds won't grow. Or sometimes, since it is a plant, 2 or 3 of them might be beauties and 1 or 2 might not be that good. That's why you should grow a bunch in seeds. But when you do get a good plant, don't forget, you start popping a good seed and it's a strong plant, you should leave it in veg and let that plant make your mother plants. But guess what you're going to do? You add in like a week or two, probably about 2 weeks to your growth. But is it worth it? Absolutely correct. I believe you should grow one thing for a whole year, maybe 2 or 3 times. What you started off last fall with, when we start growing in the fall through the summer, through the winter season, should be your first candidate for outdoor plants. You should have been done got 2 or 3 cut-ins by now. They should be looking good. And you should be keeping them in veg real hard to put them outside. As soon as that temperature get over 48 degrees and the ground temperature is above 71, then we'll be ready to plant for the winter. But don't forget, make sure you put pre-protection for the rain. Make sure you put pre-protection for the hail. The hail is going to be more damaging than the rain. And around here right now, it is windy as all get out. So you got to do everything creative. And say the hoop, plastic little hoop thing usually stay in the ground good. If you did it where it was rounded, the air usually go over the top of it. And it's a good situation for your plants outdoors. That is probably a little bit about cultivation. Stick with me. We want to look for a couple little hydro things. I'm going to try out some hydro juice. I got a little bit of a sampler garden going on with a couple of the 2-3 plants. So we are going to be trying out. I think we're going to try out Humboldt County nutrients for hydro. It's going to be the first time I tried these guys out. I'm going to just try it out for the blind bug cultivator. I really don't like to talk about brands a whole lot, but I will say that if you can get pH perfect in your nutrients, it's going to be the best ones for you. pH perfect means that you don't have to go back and measure everything. You add the 2 parts in, and it'll be somewhere about 7.1 in a day or so, worse as long as I ever saw it took. But it will balance out most water. That's another big thing here in Cleveland. This water is so full of sediments that if you are going to use tap water in Ohio outdoors, you are going to have a filter on that. It is so much sediment in this water. It's ridiculous. So get your rain barrels ready. Get ready for outdoors during this whole spring. You should have enough rain barrels to water your regular food garden, your little couple crops, and if you get into a pinch, maybe water your flower beds and things like that. We have to be smarter and protect ourselves. And I believe in that, along with the people over at Food Strong, Tilt Soil, being conscientious of the dirt, caring for your food. The way that you know the grocery store is not giving you, fake food is grow that stuff yourself. The way you know your dispensary is getting you a good product is you become your dispensary and you control the inputs. If you don't think we headed towards some of that stuff, man, trust me on that. You got to be careful. And going along with our first segment, to tie it back along, you will be perfectly in the law and have probably more freedoms with your weed when you grow it yourself. You will get good at it. It will take you a couple times to grow, and you getting on that. But remember, start with great genetics, man. That's my number one tip for you, man. Check out my boys over at Sohigho. They always got great seeds over on Broadway. We got indoor gardens all over Ohio that always do good. The Sohigho boys, some of my favorite people at the pop-up, they do good, man. They always got good plants, good genetics. And probably the Ohio Kings right now is always going to be my good homies over at Papermakers. Shout out to my boys at Papermakers, man. Always doing a bang-up job over there. Very, very good. Always got good genetics and good products and do so much research on the plant. Probably, I would say, I don't know the whole Cincinnati scene as good as I know Northeast Ohio, but they do a great, great job all of the freaking time. Paper makers down in Northeast Ohio and around these parts, we're going to go to the Sohigho boys and Sohigho off of Broadway. Sow OI OIO, Sohigho, spelled a little different than our Sohigho. They have great, great products, great growth store. Here, I got a great business opportunity. EP always saying this, like, John, how would a dude like me get into this business? Well, guess what? We got an opportunity. The Chagrin Falls Grow Store is up for sale. So if you're interested in a product, license all the way through, it's our number one tip. This is the best tip I can give anybody who got a couple nickels who want to rub them together. Also, if you're a dispensary, I rep for a bunch of dispensaries, Bloom, Shangri-La, and my homegirls over at Moveo over at they're having a grand opening today over on Detroit. I'm gonna get to that, but any of those people, if you're looking to expand your place, because that's how Michigan went. Michigan went to their grocery stores and dispensaries, putting their own product out there and just building it on. That way they got everything under their house. You still able to buy, but you also got everything under one house. So that is for sale. The Chagrin Falls Grocery Store is up for sale. Talk to my man Ben out there. If you want to get in contact with me, you know how to do it. SOHIGHO 216 at gmail.com. It is a way for you to get in there. Other than that, the only thing you can do is be small batch, legal grow, and get a good product to market. And the marketplace in Ohio will be able to take good product. That's another way for you to get into that. Or you can process your own stuff. So a little bit about culture and what we doing with this. A little bit about dispensary. I am pleased to announce. I'm saying it wrong. Bueno is open today. Two sisters today. Grand opening today over in Gordon Square. Female owned, family operated team. Come by, get their swag today. You must be 21 and over or have your valid medical license, and you can go over there. It's going to be from 9 to 9 is their thing. Bueno Dispensary, grand opening on St. Patrick's Day. If you're in the greater Cleveland area, trust me on that. I know they done tapped in with some great brands. I already was over there for their soft opening a couple times already. But shout out to two female-owned brown sisters starting their own thing right on in a great neighborhood in Detroit Shore. So if you're over on the west side of Cleveland, around 5800 in Detroit, stop in. They got going at 9 a.m. this morning. They having all kinds of St. Patrick Day sales. They got some swag to give away. I think when I get off the air over here, I'm going to go say what's up to them real quick, man. That is the new dispensary. And shout out to our other dispensaries that's always showing us love. You know, we always like, what's my people name down in downtown? Clutch. Clutch is still doing good. My people over at Glendale's Grow. Shouts out to my man Jimmy. Shouts out to Bloom, the good people over at Bloom out of Painesville. They always doing us good. And Shangri-La right there on St. Clair. Shout out to Ed and the whole team over there. We appreciate that. Janie over at the Missouri office, we appreciate you for all you do. We look forward to your participation in the Art Fest. And we will be having some wellness tents to have a little bit of explanation at the Art Fest. Speaking of the Art Fest, title sponsor, Voice and Radio. Look at that. We got us coming, man. We starting out. We're going to be rolling out a whole campaign. Art Fest August 8th. Sign up for vendors tables. If you want to perform, you really got to be good and get curated. But we got some good things coming for that. We also have, let me think about this. We have another pop up that's coming. Ooh, let me see if I got that info for you guys. I think I brung it in though, but it is a pop up coming. One of the good pop ups is coming. We got Can't Fake the Motion. It's a little bit away, April 18th, but this is gonna be a good one next month. Can't Fake the Motion. Definitely gonna be there with a table, and then we gonna have Higher Love. We got Higher Love on March 28th. So we're going to be back at the Cuyahoga Fairgrounds on March 28th. So if EP want to come out, get some free stuff, go them around. March 28th, Cuyahoga Fairgrounds. It is a pop-up with a lot of people coming out. Michigan did not show up like they used to. It was so Ohio this time, which is good. Bad, but I guess we conforming to the law these days. But that's what's going on here with the dispensary. Listen, you know when I get on this thing, what I talk about all the time, man. Me and EP about to go in a little bit. You can eat too many damn gummies, folks. Happened this weekend. My man Joe Cool, swear to God, he didn't eat too many. Him and D Selector over there acting like knuckleheads. Going hamburger.
You know?
No, I would say half, but EP don't give a shit. EP really he can't eat it all. I promise you. But me, I like to go a little bit half. I eat half now, and 15 minutes from now, I eat the other half. Just because I don't like my body buzz at one time. I like the body buzz, but I don't like it when it's so intense that it like make me feel a little bit jittery. I just think it's just, but I mean, for me, it's like 20 minutes after that I'm feeling, woo, good. And you can eat too many of these. This weekend, they went in and in and in. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Don't eat too many gummies. Stay safe out there. Don't drive distracted, man. We appreciate everybody. Remember they changed the law. Put that weed in your trunk. Stay safe out there. Tune in always on Tuesdays for the best damn cannabis information show in this whole damn world, man. Appreciate the voice of radio. Stay tuned later for Al Porter's Hip Hop Show. Who we got today? Dre the Gemini. We got Dre the Gemini. And then we got Al Porter at 7 o'clock. And then we will have Hot Mess in the evening with EP tonight and Miss Mickey and probably me and everybody else here. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. Stop out at the new damn dispensary today till 9 o'clock. Get your free swag. Support them. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, man. We appreciate y'all, man. I'm John Will, man. Shouts out to my kids. Love all y'all, man. Shouts out to Red Lion and all my people. Art Fest coming up. Shout out to the Brown Hoist, man. Appreciate that. Shout out to the Mason Brothers, man. Appreciate y'all this week, man. My man JJ, happy belated birthday. Happy belated birthday to my homegirl Deidre. Much love, Gromy. My man JB down in Texas, man. Appreciate everybody who tapped in on TikTok today and YouTube and Facebook. I always love y'all. Thank y'all so much, man. And my good friend EP always said, smoke weed so you don't punch nobody in the face. Peace. All right. Doo-doo.